Let me tell you what you absolutely shouldn't do. And I'm seeing right now lots of property trainers or so-called property trainers teaching this. Do not lose your integrity. You do not need to do a deal behind an estate agent's back, okay? And I'm seeing people teach this. If you do that, very quickly, you will build a real shitty name for yourself. It's a very short-term strategy. I also see trainers telling people, just go in the house and take a builder with you and tell them all of the faults, everything what's wrong with the house. Take a builder around, say the boiler's broke, it needs rewiring, take them up on the roof, do a full inspection and show them that it needs 30 grand's worth of works. If I'm Mavis and I'm in my little house and Albert, my husband, built that house with his bare hands, and you come in and you start going, your boiler's crap, needs rewiring, wallpaper's very dated, carpets are old. How do you think that how that person's gonna feel? Terrible. You're not gonna get anything. You're not at all, okay? I have had properties accepted where I have been a lower offer and people have said, I'd rather sell it to that guy for that amount than sell it to him for that amount. And I'm telling you, people do that. People will sell their house and make less money if they have trust in the person. And I've had that on a number of occasions where people have said that to me. If you're gonna go in someone's house, have respect. It's one thing my grandma and granddad always taught me. Take your shoes off when you go in someone's doors. Use your manners, okay? When you're in there, be respectful, you're in someone else's home. So if I'm in their house, for example, and I can see that it needs work, and I can use that to my advantage a bit, I don't need to belittle that person or pull up all the mistakes. I can simply just go around and say, Mavis, could you show me where the boiler is, please? And I could go in the boiler cupboard and I could say, I'm looking at it and going, no, this is 30 years old, easy. And I can just say, how old is the boiler? She's going to tell you how old it is. She's going to then probably say, it probably needs updating at some point. Brilliant. Can you show me where the electrics are and do you know when they were last updated? And she'll say, oh yeah, they're actually the original ones in the house in the 1960s. And you can just drop in and go, oh wow, so it's 50, 60 years ago. She, yeah, okay, it's probably gonna need a rewire. She doesn't need you to tell her that how old those things are, okay? So if you can use compliments and things like, oh, I love the garden, I love the way you've got the sun all day, what's your neighbours like? So you can drop in those little things, just feed them in at certain points. You don't want to go in and go, right, what's your neighbours like? What's your electrics like? What's this? Because you just be like, whoa, fucking hell, you're too much. So just weave it in. Use your tonality, use your body language, use your skill set, build rapport with that person. Think about how they are as an individual. If you're dealing with little old lady, what do you think you might want to do with your tonality and how you talk? Slow it down, soften it a little bit, okay? Matching and mirroring is powerful, okay? So what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna go in, if I'm with an old lady, for example, and be Steve the army guy that I am on stage. I'm going to adapt, I'm going to be a bit softer. I'm going to look and go, what does my grandma like? What sort of values does that older generation have? And I'm going to mould into that environment. If it's a lad, a younger lad, and he's full of tattoos and he's swearing and he's like, fucking hell, sorry mate, I'm still rushing about and I'm still sorting things out, then I'm going to adapt to that environment as well. I want to connect with that person. You can't be the same with every person and expect to connect with that individual. You've got to be adaptable. You've got to start using your skill set, okay? So, ask effective questions to get to where you need to be. That's going to start to frame that individual in terms of if there's any price, because they might be thinking, oh yeah, actually my electrics are quite dated, boiler does need changing, maybe actually I should be knocking off 3-4 grand for those things. So you don't need to insult anybody, okay? You definitely don't need to be doing any deals behind an estate agent's back and stuff like that. It is not worth the £1,000 or £2,000 you will save. So when I do things, I do it with integrity. And if that means that I lose out on a deal or whatever, I'm all right with that. I'm cool with that, okay? I will do what I believe is the right thing because that stuff comes back to you. Click the link, take the book, it's completely free, and you'll also have the opportunity to book a call with one of my coaches. I hope to see you on the other side. Thank you, Stephen.